All right, so let's check out gold, what gold did last week, and then what I think it was going to do this week. Where's gold? How many of us took the gold trade last week? Okay, the buy that happened last week. Who took it? Remember what we were saying on gold. Okay, so let me just remove these analysis here. So this was our analysis on gold last week, and why I said that it was going to buy last week. Now, when you look at gold on the daily, based on what market structure is telling us, right? We have seen, let's do this, right? Okay, price did this. Price was on a downtrend. And then what did gold do? What did market structure do? There's this break of this lower high. And then we saw price do this. And then when price was here, I was saying that, okay, we need to see price retrace back into this daily demand before we see an action. So price retraced into the zone. All right. So, but if you are doing analysis on the daily chart, it doesn't really make sense to take entries on daily chart as well. You want to go to a lower time frame and actually take entries on lower time frame. All right. So this was where daily is. So we had to go on the 4-hour chart to find something suitable. So on the 4-hour chart as well, you can see what price was doing on the 4-hour chart. When price got here, you can see, let me delete everything. You can see the market structure on the 4-hour chart. All right, market structure on the 4-hour chart, you can see price retracing into the zone, right? So price was in a downtrend. Now, it wouldn't make sense to really buy when the market structure is saying that price is greatly bearish. Ultimately, this block of demand here is on a daily chart. So we want to buy actually, but we want to be extra certain about what price is doing, what price will do. So we're waiting for price on the 4-hour chart, okay, to switch from bearish to bullish. And then what we're waiting for price to, so price broke this zone. So when price broke this zone over here, okay, we're waiting for price to retrace into this origin. I don't know if you can remember that I said this last week, but the price to retrace into this origin. So when price came into this zone, okay, this was on Thursday, okay, you can see the strong bullish move that happened here, okay. Now, if you are very, very conversant with structure, everything that we have been doing basically is doing the same thing over and over again, just a rinse, repeat. Now, like I always tell you, before you start adding your own trading strategy into the market, you first of all want to figure out the market structure. What exactly is market structure saying? Before you start applying your trading system at all, know market structure first, because market structure would help you understand, would help you figure out the direction of the market. Either you should be buying or selling. And then when you are dealing with market structure, you also want to understand, to implement the fractal nature of the market. So market structure on higher time frame, you want to have like a confluence as well on a lower time frame, using the same confirmations for your buyers. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So what I'm saying is that if market structure on daily chart is saying that it's time to buy, you want to go to the 4 hours and also find a confirmation that, okay, the buy move is set. And then if you're also confirming with another lower time frame, you also want to wait for price to switch to bullish first before you take entries for a buy. It's that simple. All right. So what to really, once you understand market structure, your work is 50% done. Okay. And I think that pretty much if you understand fractal nature of the market, and then you understand supply and demand, Every other thing that you need to just know is how to take entry. And I think if you apply supply and demand to any entry strategy, I think it will work, right? So once you are on the side of market structure, you are on the side of supply or demand, right? And then you have a good entry strategy, even if you are not trading smart money concept, but if you have a very, very solid entry strategy, right, you will be profitable most of the time, okay? So let's check out some pairs for this week. Let's start by checking out Euro USD. All right, so let's check out what's going on Euro USD. Let's start from the higher time frame. Let's start from the weekly chart. All right, as you can see here, price is overall, we have a bull bearish, price is bearish on Euro USD. Okay, this is the structure of the market here. Okay, so ultimately it makes sense to look for sales. Okay, so we can see that price is reacting to a supply here. Okay, so price is in a weekly supply zone. All right. Now, when we go to daily charts, what are we seeing on the daily charts? Real quick. Now, check out what daily chart is telling us. If you go on daily chart, you can see market structure. First things first, no market structure. So price, we can see bearish intention, right? You can see this move, see this, okay? And then ultimately, we can see this. Now, let me delete this weekly supply here. Now, check this out. Check this out. Now, we can see price doing this. So this is a lower high that price, so price broke this lower high here. Let me make my screen bigger here. So price broke this lower high using this guy here, okay? So this is internal structure. Ultimately, price broke this guy, and then we can see price retraced into a block of demand here. All right. So ultimately, guys, on Euro USD now, on the daily charts, all right, price is switching. Price has given us footprint that it's about to switch to an uptrend, because what I see happening on Euro USD in the next few days is creating this to create II. So I see price getting somewhere here, okay, in the next couple of days. It will be kind of suicidal right now to look for sales on Euro USD, okay, because I see price has given us every intention that, okay, the buyers are in control. Price is reacting to a daily demand. And check out these mother candle, this mother candle here. All right, it's crazy what's going to happen on Euro USD. And I think right now the euro is recovering against, or the euro wants to recover against the US dollar. Okay, so the EU has been putting a lot of measures in place to, solidify their currency, interest rates and things like that. So possibly all of those policies are what is being put in place is what is driving the market right now. So on Euro USD, okay, I think the time to look for sales is quite over right now. If you see any sales setup, it won't be a long-term move. It will be just a little bit of retracement if you see a sell setup. But ultimately, if you want to be on the side of the market makers, right, you want to look for opportunity to buy this guy, because right now on the daily chart, price is reacting from a what's it called? From a demand. Okay, so that's what I see price doing. And I think that price definitely is going to take out liquidity here and possibly also take out liquidity in this zone here. Okay, so ultimately, where do I see price getting to? I see price getting somewhere here on Euro USD. Okay, so let me confirm something from this. if we do this, good. So ultimately, guys, now if I use my fibs, right, price is definitely going to come to this one because my fibs also align with this block of supply here, right? So if we know that price is kind of bullish on the daily, all right? So let me leave the daily block of demand here. So let's go to a lower time frame, like the 4-hour chart, and then let's find a possible buy setup. Now, check out what's going on here. On 4 hours now, we can see that price is also switching from bearish to bullish. You can see this guy here, all right? You can see price, okay. What is price doing? Price has broken this lower high. Okay, price is possibly going to break this high, maybe weak it. Okay, so the ideal thing that you want to do right now is to wait for, if you want to be on the side of the market, which is to look for buys, you want to wait for price to retrace. I'll recommend you wait for price to retrace into this extreme. Okay, so let price do its thing. Okay, maybe price will go up a bit, and then let price come back into the zone. Once price comes back into the zone, you can look for the long move. So that's what I'll do on Euro USD. So what I'll do is I'll just set my alert here. Okay. So based on your own entry confirmations, your own strategy, I believe that if price gets into the zone and then market structure is still maintained here, all right, we should see a very, very good move here. Now, if you are not on the side, if you are trading against the market direction, for example, you're trying to look for sales, for example, you find yourself in a lot of manipulation. Okay, price hitting your stop loss, you know, price grabbing liquidity. For example, a lot of people at market open are going to try to possibly look for sales in this zone here, because according to a retail trader, this place is a resistance zone. Okay, but a resistance zone for retail traders. So a lot of people are putting their stop loss somewhere around here, which is liquidity for the big banks and financial institutions. So ultimately, what they need to do to move the price back into this demand zone is to grab liquidity here. So price might go up a bit, grab liquidity, and then you see a very, very strong move to the downside. Okay, and then grab some orders in this block and then ultimately go up to form the high. Now, this is a story that we are painting based on the daily chart. So the daily chart, we can already see market structure shift on daily. But ideally, let me go back to the daily chart and then show you something. Okay, ideally, this is an aggressive way to anticipate a structure shift, because this is the, let me go back. Now, this is the lower high that got broken. And then we are seeing price retrace like this. Retrace it to this zone. Let me make this white real quick. All right, so we are seeing price retracing to this zone. Now, standard trend will tell you that, okay, we should see price form a higher high first before we can validate that, okay, price has given us good enough reason to show that, okay, there's a change of trend. But because personally I've seen this play out a lot in the markets, I tend to be aggressive when anticipating this move. Okay, so when we saw this break here and then price reacting to a block of demand, ideally I would like to be aggressive to look for, to say that, okay, price has given an intention to switch from bearish to bullish. So over here, I'll be anticipating a buy, okay, because a lot of times price has done this over and over and over again, okay? So that's what I'll do, guys. And then when price creates this higher high over here, okay, now we are in an established uptrend. So now we are in a pro trend move. So you now want to wait for price to retrace again. So of course we see a retracement. You see a retracement into possibly here or somewhere here. Who knows what price will do? Then you continue the move. All right. So that's my outlook on Euro USD. Okay. Makes sense, anybody? Let me know if that makes sense to you. Give me some feedback in the chat box, guys. Give me some feedback in the chat box. Okay. So that's what I'm waiting for on Euro USD. On Euro USD, my higher time frame point of interest is here. Okay, so I'm waiting for price ultimately to retrace. Don't let me confuse you. Ultimately, I'm waiting for price to retrace here. Okay, so I might not see any entry on EU till maybe Wednesday or Thursday is fine, or I can even wait till next week. Okay, there are other pairs that I'll look at and then possibly give me something to trade during the week. But I'm waiting for price to break this zone, possibly, and then I want price to retrace here. So this is I want price to retrace into this extreme, and then I look for opportunity to buy. Now, I wouldn't just buy, I'm going to go on my lower time frame, my 15 minutes, and then ultimately 1 minute to take entry, okay? If I take entry on this, ultimately I can target this 4-hour high. So I might see a very, very good risk reward, possibly. Okay, awesome. Thanks so much for your feedback. So let me know the pairs that you want me to check out for you. Which pairs are you looking at for the week? And then we'll take a look at it together. Okay, so let's check out AED card by Mr. Carver. AED card. Yeah, AED card is on my checklist as well. Mr. Lakunle, the US 30 boss. Okay, so let's check out AED card and then we'll check out US 30. Now, AED card is a ranging pair. AED card is a ranging pair. Snow, we check out USD card as well. So on the weekly, what is AED card saying on the weekly? Now, price is obviously bearish on weekly, as you can see, the structure of the market. As always, the first thing that you want to do when you see a pair is to find out the market structure, okay? And then this is a weekly chart, and the next supply is somewhere here. All right, so ultimately, you're looking for price to retrace into the zone and then look for sales. But weekly is a long shot. Let's see what daily chart is saying. All right. So we have price doing this on daily. So ideally, we know that price should get into the zone. Okay, this is obviously a liquidity before the supply. So possibly we'll see price enter the zone because it wants to grab liquidity and ultimately go down. So we have something good on AED card in a second. So, oops. So now what is daily chart saying? On daily chart, we can see structure on daily over here. I see price doing this, and ultimately we have some inside bars here. So we have this, and you can see price breaking the zone. All right, you can see this supply here push price back down into. So right now on the daily charts, this block of demand is what is in control. So price is currently responding to a daily demand on AED card. So that's why we are seeing this reaction. So ultimately, this demand zone here should push price into the supply. And then when price gets into the supply, we should see price drop because ultimately price is in a downtrend. All right. So if we know that, let's look for opportunity to buy AED card. So let's go to a lower time frame, like the 4 hours, and get a point of interest. Okay. So on 4 hours, what do we have on the 4 hour, guys? Now, hold on, let me check something on, I like to confirm some things with Hikinashi. So 4 hours, what do we have on the 4 hours? Give me a second. Good. So over here, structure on 4 hours. I like to look at it like this. You can see price doing this, okay? I like to look at this as a pullback, a retracement structure, right? And price doing this. And then you can see structure also shifting, giving us bullish intention on 4 hours, okay? Because the lower high has been broken. So what we'll be expecting this coming week is for price to retrace into where? Price retrace into this extreme here. Let me just take this zone. All right, into this demand. So once price retraces into this demand here, ultimately, if you take all this swing demand here, or this pivot demand, so we should see price retrace here. So the move can happen at this proximal line, or price get to the middle of the zone or the extreme. Who knows what price will do? But in this block here, right, we should see price react and then shoot up into the supply. As always, except you're a swing trader, that's when you want to take entry on the 4-hour chart. But personally, I like to take entries on the 1 minute only. And before I go to 1 minute only, I want to also look for the same kind of fractal market structure on 15 minutes chart. And then I look for the same thing on the 1 minute chart. So I'm taking entry based on story on higher time frame, and then I'm confirming that story on lower time frame. So that gives me huge confidence in that particular trade. So this is what I think Erika will do, Mr. Claver. Okay, so let's check out US 30 real quick. US 30. All right. US 30. So as always, I like to start from higher time frame. Let me go to the weekly chart and see what this guy is doing. What is this guy doing on US 30? So we can see that price is in a downtrend, all right? Price is currently retracing to supply. So ultimately, what we might see, this is a structure, all right? And ultimately, we can see price, we might see price do this, but as well, give me a second. Good. So price is reacting to a supply zone. So we are good to look for sell opportunities based on weekly. Okay. So let me just still put the last up move before the sell is this guy over here. So let's go to the daily chart and confirm if price is doing this. All right. On daily, you can see liquidity being grabbed over here already. Liquidity. Okay, so which is a confirmation of price trace. But let us check it out on the 4-hour chart first. Okay, what's price doing on the 4 hours? As price changed from bullish to bearish on 4 hours. So on 4 hours, what do we have on the 4 hours? Okay, market share on 4 hours. Ultimately, we want to look for sell in this zone, remember. So if you look for sell in this guy on lower time frame, you want to be sure that the market structure is bearish. So check out what price was doing on 4-hour chart. Okay. And then we can see this ultimately. All right. So I'll say this is a, and then price did this. Okay. Ultimately, this is what price did. okay, this is higher than this. So price did this over here. So the structure already shifted to bearish from here. You can see this. So right now, on the 4 hours, price is bearish already on 4 hours. So we are in a pro-trend bearish move on 4-hour chart. So let us mark out the structure on the 4-hour chart, okay? So this is what I'll do. This is price doing its thing, okay? And then you can see price retracing. Let me check out something on, I can show you the sidebar here. Good. So we're in a zone where we should be looking for sells on US 30, okay, based on my analysis. Over here, we can see the structure point here, okay? But ultimately, this pivot supply is here. And then we can see price tapped into here already, okay? Price tapped into this zone already. Now, what we can expect is possible another tap into this zone or further into the zone. And then this move is going to take out some liquidity. But ideally, when price gets to somewhat the middle of the zone, you want to go to a lower time frame and start looking for sell opportunities. Okay, so this is what I'll do if I'm trading US 30. I'll wait for price to enter this zone a bit. Okay, enter the zone a bit, because there's a lot of drama with this particular week that I wouldn't really understand. So if price should get to some sort of equilibrium, that would be great, right? So I'll wait for price to come up a bit into this zone, and then I look for sells on a lower time frame here. So when price gets here on 15 minutes, I also want to see that the structure has shifted from bullish to bearish. Okay, I hope that makes sense, Mr. Conley. I know you are a boss already with US 30, but this is what I'll do if I'm trading US 30. Okay, so let's check out another pair real quick. Let's check out another pair real quick. Which pair are we doing next? So let's do USD card by Snowy. USD card. That's the USD card. So this was also a pair that we looked at last week. Okay, you can see price reacting from this one already. Well, let me delete everything and let's go to the weekly charts on USD card. So what is price doing on a higher time frame? Okay. So ideally, we can see that price is in a solid uptrend, right? Price creating new highs. And of course, that's because of the strength of the dollar. Of course, we are seeing a bit of retracement. So if you see retracement on this guy, based on structure, I will expect price to still retrace into the zone, because this is the most recent demand zone that price can retrace to. So ultimately, if you're looking at the higher time frame story, price still has a long way to go to retrace into this demand, and then will continue the uptrend. Okay, but we don't know if that will happen yet. We're just trying to make sense of what price might do. So if we know that, let's go to the daily chart and see if indeed price should do that. Okay, so this is the daily chart, and the daily, we need to confirm that, okay, price has shifted from bullish to bearish, because if a move is going to happen on a lower time, on a higher time frame, it would have started on a lower time frame. Okay, so let's see if market structure on daily chart has shifted to bearish. So let me highlight. You can see price doing this impulse, correction, impulse, okay, correction, and then impulse. Okay, now if I zoom this in, you will see that market structure, there's a bit of this zone has been broken, has been wicked out. This wick here, where is it? This guy here. So this higher low has been violated. Okay, so that's what I was talking about how I look at the market structure change aggressively. So when I see structure being violated like this, you wait for price to retrace into a supply zone. Okay, and ultimately this supply zone took effect. Okay, there's a cluster of supply here, by the way. Okay, and then that's printed for us the lower low. So right now on the daily chart, USD CAD is in a verified, established downtrend. Okay, so daily has given us the structure. So we have this impulse, correction, impulse. All right, good. So if price would not continue going down to establish the lower low, we can expect price to retrace into this swing supply here. Okay. But of course, this is a daily time frame. If we know that price might still come up here, we can go on a lower time frame, right, and then look for possible moves into the zone. But personally, I don't think the retracement is happening anytime soon, because if price would do this, then this has to get into some sort of a demand area. So let me check something from my can actually. Wow. So a possible zone that price might get to before we see retracement would be somewhere here. So we can see price still going strong up until this zone. And then if this happens, we can see retracement in the zone and then ultimately this. All right. So right now, there's no reason to buy USD CAD yet. Even if you go on a lower time frame, there's no reason to buy USD CAD yet. All right, no reason to buy it yet because price is still price is bearish right now. Now, let's also check out something on the 4-hour chart. Possible setup. If you look at this, look at structure here. And then price doing this. Okay. So if price wants to respect, you can see we have liquidity being grabbed here like this, like so. All right. So, well, we might actually see a retracement because price has grabbed liquidity. Now, ultimately, to confirm this downtrend that we're experiencing, we have to see price retrace into this extreme supply here. So on USD CAD, if you are selling, you want to sell when price retraces into the zone, and then you sell. Or if you are buying, I recommend that you look for buys when price gets back into the zone, and then when you are buying into this supply. Okay, if you are selling from this supply, you want to sell. If you can hold it, you can sell into this block of demand. Whichever move happens first is what you should do. So one thing that, well, the way I look at the market, if you're trading supply and demand, it takes a bit of patience to wait for your setups to align. Okay, not every move is not your move. If you want to be if you want your strike rate in the first market to be very, very high, then you have to master patience, right? Fall in love with the process, not necessarily really the end goal, all right? The process that makes a good trader is being able to wait for setups to align. Patience, okay, is very, very important. Like I always say, in the foreign exchange market, money is moved from the hands of the impatient trader to the patient trader, okay? So if you are trading a particular way and then your setup don't align, leave it and go and do something else, okay? Which is why I always recommend that don't make Forex trading your only source of income. Because if Forex trading is your only income source, you find yourself forcing trades. Personally, there are times that I don't see anything to trade in like 2 or 3 weeks, all right? So if Forex trading was the only thing I was doing, I would just try and enter a setup because I want to make money. Remember, the reason why you are trading is not because you want to trade, it's because you want to make money. Okay, it's because you want to make money. So if you have worked hard for your money, you've raised capital, then I think you should only enter perfect setup. So this is what I'll do on the USD card slowly. So let's check out gold. I think we've checked out gold, isn't it? Or not? I'm not sure if we've checked out gold. So let's check out what gold will do. So gold on weekly. All right, so I think gold is going to get to this place because this particular zone has been mitigated. All right. The next place that price should get to will be this block of supply here. So if gold will get into this zone, that means on lower time frame, we should look for the trend shift for like a bullish move. So price should change to bullish. Price should be bullish right now on other time frames. So on daily charts, like we've established, so this is daily charts. Hold on. So the structure of daily charts, let me not do it again. Okay, price has shifted from bearish. So this was a bearish move, right? This is the lower high that got violated. Okay, so price confirmed this, shifted, okay, and then we are seeing the retracement to the zone on daily, all right, over here. So ultimately, at least on daily, price needs to form a higher high, and then break this zone. So these guys have a long way to go. Let's check out what price is doing on the 4-hour chart. So if you have to look for setups on this guy, the 4-hour chart as well, price has also shifted from bearish to bullish. So right now, what you should wait for is very, very simple. Give me a second. All right. I want to know, okay, yeah, so this is the structure on 44 hours. We have this impulse move, all right? We have this retracement here, and then you have price doing this, okay? So ultimately, like we said, price has a long way to go, but it's not going to just keep going up like that. At a point in time, price is going to retrace. Don't be surprised if we still see gold come back into here, okay? Don't be surprised. So either here or we see price retrace into the zone. All right, so that's what I'll do. So I'm waiting patiently for price to retrace into a demand zone. So this is a pro-trend move, okay? And if a pro-trend move if it aligns, it is always a very, very good setup, okay? So with little manipulation. So either price retraces like this, comes up, or we see price comes down to the zone and then come up. All right, but I sincerely doubt if price will come back here. So if anything will make price come back here, that means the trend wants to shift to bearish then. Okay, because I believe that there will be a lot of vested interest in this zone. All right, hope that makes sense. So I don't have any entry yet on gold. I'm just waiting for market structure to play out. If it plays out according to this, I'll take entry. If not, I'll reanalyze again and try to understand what gold wants to do. Excuse me. Hope that makes sense. Okay, which other pair are we looking at? Which other pair are we looking at? Let me check the chart box real quick. So we are looking at Bitcoin for Mr. Stanley. So let's go to BTC USD real quick. What's Bitcoin doing? So let's go to weekly chart. All right. So obviously, we all know that Bitcoin is in a downtrend. All right. Okay. Okay. So this is a zone on Bitcoin. So on weekly, price potentially can get to, I've always said this, price can get to potentially 29,000 for Bitcoin. Right now, price is at 21,000 on Bitcoin, okay? And look at what is happening here. When we saw this, when this retracement happened, price did this, it did this, and then price came back into this zone. Now, what I think about the market structure is that if ideally price would break this zone, I think it should have broken this zone already. So maybe it doesn't have enough momentum to create a lower low. So you can see price coming very, very close to it. Okay, so that means this is a protected low. So when I see moves like this, that means the next structure will now become a target. So ultimately, we might be witnessing a little bit of recovery on Bitcoin, but this is just speculation, by the way. I'm not sure, right? But so this is a story that I'm able to read on the weekly chart. Now let's go to daily time frame and then let's analyze the market. Let's be sure about what we're doing. All right. So daily chart, you can see this on daily. So let's analyze the structure on daily. It's very, very simple. Price has shifted to bullish. You can see this. Let's just do this, and this. Okay. And then this block of supply is currently active, should be active. So price should go up a bit over here. And then what we should expect is for price to retrace into this demand. So price can come down this week to about 20K. If price comes down into this zone, it might be a good time to buy Bitcoin for a short term move. So possibly price can shoot up again to like 22K. Okay. So this is what I'm saying. Yes, Mr. Enoch, I trade gold, and then we realized gold last week. I took the gold trade actually. Okay, so on Bitcoin, I'm waiting for price to retrace into this block of demand here, and then over here, based on a lower time frame and a lower time confirmations, I'll look for possible buys on this guy. All right. But even if this buy is going to happen, right, is not going to be a long-term buy. It's going to be something for the short term, okay? Because there's no momentum for strong buys yet on Bitcoin, okay? Any more pairs for the week? Let me go back to currency pair. Mr. Stanley, I hope this makes sense to you. So I'll wait for price to come back into the zone. Let me set an alert. So when price comes back here, it's a trigger to look for possible buys. All right, let's check out Euro GBP. Yeah, Mr. Enoch, we analyzed gold already a few minutes ago. So because of time, maybe you have to watch the replay and then you can get the setup, okay? Sorry about that. So on Euro GBP, we have market structure here on daily. You can see, so price is currently at supply, okay? Currently at supply. So ideally, we should be looking to sell this guy, right? So if we go to 4-hour chart, if this supply zone is going to happen, 4-hour price needs to shift from this bullish. Price is obviously bullish right now. Okay. If this zone is going to hold, then price needs to ultimately break this demand zone here. So waiting for price to do this, break this zone. Okay, retracing, break it, retrace into a supply zone, and then we look for sells ultimately. So this would be a good sell if this happens. Excuse me, if this happens, okay? But so we have to wait it out on Euro GBP. Okay, so this is a pair that I'm waiting on. Okay, now on the flip side, check out what is going on the daily chart. I think I overlooked this. Now that I'm saying it, this is what I look at the low on daily. The low on daily is here. Now, let me zoom in. I did not see the body of the candle did not close beneath this structure. So just a week. So for all I care, or all I want to know, possibly this might just be a liquidity grab. Okay, and then as you can see, when price did this grab, you can see the strong bullish momentum that happened. And then, of course, another confluence to this theory is this is the lower high here. And then I can also see that on the daily, price broke this lower high. So this structure was violated by this weak break here. So when we see stuff like this, okay, we want to wait for price to retrace. So ultimately, price is possibly going to retrace into this block of demand here. Just like what happened on gold, something similar is going to happen as well on Euro GBP. So price should maybe go up a bit. Okay, ultimately it's going to come down here and then create a new trend. All right. So if we know that price is going to come down on lower time frame, okay, it's best to look for sells. Okay. Now we should not also, this is also still a supply. So ideally, price is in a, right, is in a confluence of supply zones here. So I see price dropping from here. So maybe price will go up a bit or not. But so when this moves, so how do you know that it is time to start selling, right? On the 4-hour chart, you want to see the structure shift from bullish to bearish. So right now, the structure on the 4 hours is bullish, all right? So you want to wait for price to shift from this bullish move to bearish, and then just wait for price to break structure, or like you want to see a demand zone fail. Okay, hope that makes sense. So let's take the last possible setup for the week. Okay, or not. Any more questions before we call it a night? Okay, so as the week goes along, I'll be updating people in the mentorship program. Okay, so any more questions before we call it a night? So while we're waiting for questions, let me also reiterate. So we held a master class yesterday about the concept of copy trading. Now, copy trading in simple terms is a way that you can earn passive income as a forex trader by connecting your account to an expert trader's account. Okay, so 10Trade, which is a broker of choice, has a copy trading platform. Let me just go there. Let me share my screen in a second. All right. So 10Trade has a platform for the social copy trading. And then on this platform, you see traders that have a good track record, okay, that you can copy, so that as they are trading on their own accounts, right, you are also, the same trade is replicating on your own account as well. So it's a way to earn passive income. Personally, right, I'm also connected to somebody's account. You know, one thing that I realized that happens amongst a lot of us as forex traders is that even though we got engaged in forex trading as a means to experience financial freedom, but for a lot of us, the forex market has become our 8 to 5. It has become something that is even holding you back, that's even taking your time, and then you are not really able to make money. Okay, so you can be trading actively as a forex trader. It also helps to have something that's bringing you passive income. And then, of course, for people that are also very busy, or for people that are beginners, it makes sense if you are making money, okay? As you're making money, you are trading on your own, and then you are still learning. So when you have an account on 10Trade, on your dashboard, right, you see the copy trading, and then you see the copy trading rankings. All right, so over here, you see all of the copy traders, all of the master traders that we have available on the platform that you can copy. All right, so my recommendation is this guy. We just brought him on board. His name is, on the platform, his name is the Scalp Master. Okay, this guy, based on his My FX book profile, in the last 14 months, he has been making an average of 8 to 10% monthly profit, okay? And the risk that is taken on the account is moderate, all right? So because of time, I cannot really go to My FX book profile and then show you how potential, you know, how good the guy is. But if you use anybody on this platform right now, because this is who my own account is connected to, that I'm earning passive income from, okay, I will also recommend it. If you are following my status, you know, you are seeing my update about my passive income. So tomorrow again, I'll post my trading results as well. Okay, so this is the guy that I recommend. So I recommend you to also explore this copy trading platform for yourself. It's going to help you make money. And then the good thing about copy trading is that you can set your risk Unlike giving your money to someone to trade for you and then sending them your money, with copy trading, you are not sending your money to anybody. Your money is going to remain in your own account. And then most importantly, you can set your maximum risk exposure. All right. Because of course, you must be aware that trading Forex is risky. So if your maximum risk that you can take is 20%, you can set it so that if this master trader loses 20% of my account, I want to be unsubscribed from, like they should deactivate it immediately. Okay, that setting is here. So there is no chance or room for blowing all of your account. So you can, and that is if that loss is going to happen. All right. So explore it. If you need more information, you can reach out to me and then I'll walk you through it. And then lastly, of course, you also can be a master trader here. So as a master trader, you are able to trade for people and then split profit. So if you are very, very good, okay, your performance will show here. And then people like me and everybody else can connect our account to your own account. So let's say if you are a very, very good trader, for example, and then over time you have been consistent, people that use 10 trade globally all over the world will see your performance record and then they connect their accounts to your own account. So let's say you are trading about $100,000, for example, and then your profit share is 70-30. So that means at the end of the month, you are taking 30% of the profit that you make. So if every month you are able to make, let's say 10%, which is $10,000, for example, $3,000 goes to you on a monthly basis, okay, by default. And then if you are on this platform, nobody really knows anybody. So there's no pressure on you to perform. It's as simple as that. There's no pressure on you to perform. So check it out. So you can be a master trader on this platform. You can also be a copy trader, whichever one you choose to do is fine. But this is a platform that you want to leverage on. It will help you make money as fast as possible. All right, guys, so let's call it a night. We have been here for a bit over 1 hour. All right, so I want to say a big thank you to everybody for jumping on these Zoom calls every Sunday. We have been doing this for about 3 to 4 months now, every Sunday, and then you guys keep showing up. I want to say a very big thank you. If you have any questions regarding the foreign exchange market, feel free to reach out to me on my WhatsApp, and then I'll do my best to answer all of your questions. All right, we have a chat coming up. Okay, good. All right, guys, so I'll see us next Sunday for everybody. I wish everybody here a profitable trading week. May the market be on your side this week. All right, very, very importantly, ensure that you are only taking perfect setups. Okay, don't rush, don't be in a hurry. Don't let your emotions get the best of you this week. Don't revenge trade this week. Okay, stick to your strategy, stick to your plan. Okay, capitalize on your edge. Okay, and at the end of the day, you come out profitable. All right, God bless everybody, guys. Salute. Bye bye, guys. Cheers.